So whether it's your job interview, a college interview, or any other interview, you should present your best. You should give your best performance, as you only get one chance, because the competition is brutal in this world and you will never get a second chance to perform in any interview. So that's the reason today I'm going to give you a 3-step framework which you can use in almost all of your interview questions, and you can perform extremely well in your interviews, in all your future interviews. So hi everyone, my name is Rohit Jha, and I have a corporate experience of around 13 years, and through my videos I share my experiences and insights on variety of career opportunities, global MBA programs, MIM and MS programs, interview, as well as on resume skills. So that's the reason you should subscribe to our channel, and more importantly, press the bell icon button so that you will be notified whenever we will upload new videos. So before I start, let me just quickly tell you one thing. One basic tip is never undersell yourself in any interview. You can slightly oversell yourself, because that's important. If you are not going to glorify your work, then who is going to do that for you? But definitely, having said that, don't boast yourself too much. So there's a slight overselling is fine, but underselling is not at all recommended. So in this video, I'm going to cover 2 important questions apart from the 3-step framework. Number 1 question is what exactly recruiters or interviewers they love to hear, and number 2, what are the mistakes that we commit. So these are the 2 questions which will be addressed through the 3-step framework. Now let's talk about the 3-step framework. So the number 1 part, and the disclaimer is that you have to follow this framework in this order only, the order in which I'm going to mention. So the number 1 is the results or impacts. Now this is what all recruiters or interviewers or everyone, they love to hear. They love to hear from you. So whenever you are explaining any question, any behavioral or technical, where you are talking about your work, your performance, your achievements, your first step should be to talk about the results or the impact that you have created. Now when I say the results or impact, which means it could be in any form. Of course, focus on numbers. For example, if you're working in an organization, through any project you saved a lot of cost for your company, you have enhanced the revenue, you have saved time for your clients, or in your college maybe you have set up some committees which gave a lot of good results for your college. So there could be a lot of things. You could have impacted your communities, your society, your people around, anything. So just focus on the result and the impact in the first step. So if you will do this convincingly, everyone will listen to you, and you will be having a very good impression on the interviewer or the recruiter. And this is applicable for all your questions. Now when you have told the impact through results, now the next part would be the key learnings. Now this is one of the major mistakes that we commit. Most of the time we forget about the key learnings, because we are so much obsessed about the brands or the titles or our internships or the objective of the internship or the process what we did, that we forgot to extract the key learnings from our projects. So this will be my second in the priority list. So after you told them the results and impact, then tell them the key learnings. What exactly have you learned? Now it could be anything. If you are in college or you are in a corporate setup, then you can learn anything, lot of skills. It could be technical skills, it could be right from advanced Excel or maybe SQL, R, Python, could be any technical skill, or could be some personality skills or leadership skills which you have learned or maybe enhanced during those projects. So for example, you could have learned negotiation skills, stakeholder management, or people management, team management. So there could be n number of skills. Now what you need to do here is that what we miss actually is the introspection. So when you have written down all your projects and achievements, everything, when you have listed down, just try and extract the key learnings based on the projects. So project to project, if you will do this exercise, you will have a lot of key learnings from variety of your projects, and then you will have a lot to talk during the interview process, and that will look very thoughtful on your part, that yes, this individual is actually not only focusing about the results or impact, but he or she is focusing on the key learnings as well. So what in the future you are going to use these learnings in the next projects, and what you are going to bring in the value to that person, to that interviewer. So these are going to reflect these skills. So that's why key learnings are very important. Now the next one is the process, how you actually did it. Now, if you follow this framework, step 1 and step 2, which is related to the results or impact, and then your key learnings, if you have done these 2 steps perfectly well, then definitely that person or the interviewer or the recruiter will be extremely excited to listen to you, that how exactly you did it. Now you can then explain the process. The process could be anything, the length of the project, duration, or the number of people you led, whether you were a leader or you were a participant, or the time frame, intensity of the project, what are the challenges you faced during the projects, or how you overcame those challenges. So there could be a lot of elements which you can talk about during the process, but this should be the 3rd step, not the 1st step. Now this is the one of the common mistakes that I've seen people commit. They start with the process and generally the objective, and they get lost. They never reach to a stage of talking about the results or the impact they have created or the key learnings. So this is my appeal to all professionals and students. Just focus on the first 2 and then definitely back it by your process and the intensity which you have put in all your effort for achieving such results. So it's all about packaging. So when you're selling yourself, you have to package it very well. So most of the students or professionals, they fail to package. So if you follow this very simple framework, you will never be fail to package yourself very well. And the interviewer, see what happens is, in a very short interview of 30 to 40 minutes, you will get, let's say, 8 to 10 questions. So you get very short time to impress someone. So how can you impress someone? You can just impress someone by telling them how valuable you are. So when you tell them how valuable you are, which means you have to tell the results or the impact that you have created previously, which you can replicate in future as well. So that is going to decide your performance in any interview. So just follow this simple framework in this order only. Don't even reverse the order. So talk about results or impact, followed by key learnings, and followed by the detailed process for each and every question, whether it's a behavioral question or a technical question or even a senior management question. Wherever they are asking you to talk about, for example, why do you want to join our company, tell me something about yourself, or maybe some technical projects you're talking about, you can set this framework according to your convenience in all your answers. So this is about this framework. I can give you a quick example. For example, I can talk about a project which I did in my previous organization. I turned around a team in only 2 months, a team of 20 people. So I've just improved their productivity by 40% in 2 months and quality by 60%. So this is how you start. You're talking about the numbers, you're talking about the results. Now, what were the key learnings? Which means the key learning which I gained from that you really need to motivate your employees, you really need to be good communication skills, you really need to have negotiation skills. These are the skills which I've learned from that project. And then of course you can talk about the process, that it was a 2-month long project. You have to work a lot of extra hours, you have to work one-on-one with the team, and there are a lot of things you can talk about in the process. But again, the first 2 will be very impactful: result, impact, key learnings, and then the process. So this is very simple. You can apply in any or I would say all of your questions. So yes, that's it for this video, and thank you so much for listening to me, and feel free in case you need any guidance or consultation. In the meantime, just leave your feedback or put all your questions in the comments. We'll make videos based on your comments as well. So in the meantime, take care and bye-bye.